You know, villagers, at this point, I do think you are going to start giving me a reputation. You're going to start making it so that people will begin to doubt my sincerity when I say I do not want our wonderful villagers to die in fiery collapses of doom, death, and destruction. No one's really going to believe me if we continue on how we have been with as much disaster as there's been. But that's okay, because we're going to put our thinking caps on in the case of working with troubling times, quite literally. And I'm sure that today is going to be a turning point, right? Today, we're going to be able to figure out some way to combat the spirit of cold that once again is coming for our jugular, like immediately. It's not even like messing around. There's no evil villainous speech for 5 minutes coming from this guy. It's just a straight up chop to like your neck, like you're just going down. And that's a bit of a problem, considering we have no way to heat the village, and the only way to light the lantern is with oil that you make, primarily, it seems, from none other than the oil extractor, which gets oil from 2, not 1, but 2 fish. And guess what? It also produces cold. If you could see my smile right now, I think you'd be a little nervous. However, perhaps there is hope, my piplings, because maybe one of these things doesn't need oil. Okay, I'm just lying to ourselves, actually, because that's definitely going to need some oil. So let's just go ahead and start researching the oil extractor. I have no idea how many lanterns we're gonna have to build to like equate balancing all of that out with having to produce cold so we can produce heat. Upon reflection, I wish we had gotten this puppy built a long time ago, because that would have been a lot more helpful. But, well, what are you gonna do? Other than attempt not to tear your wonderful No, Captain! I was gonna say, other than attempt not to tear your captain's beard out. Captain? Captain. That's really, 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 really rude. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to accept that cataclysm. We have to pick. And I think freezing to death would be the thing that we would want to fight against. So now we need to go ahead and research the lantern so we can figure out how we would work that. And then, do we have enough food? We have enough food that Hannah Forever might be able to spend one day being able to consider putting the oil extractor. Bunnies, you're out of here. Like, that's just the truth of the matter, okay? Like, you're getting yeeted. It's still going to need more help. We need like more wood. It's gonna take 3 days to get that built. And now we don't have enough people doing the whole lantern-y researchy thing. But I mean, it is what it is. We can only attempt to think this through for so long before we have to admit it's gonna be a really painful autumn, isn't it? This is gonna sting, I think, is the bottom line of everything. Oh boy. Okay, well, we're getting more fish today, which is great. Building that whole oil extractor thing, slowly working on researching a lantern. Look at that, the lantern gets +1 if a raw fish maker is within 1. Ooh, we'll have to see if we can make something like that like work next time. You know, if my buoy hadn't been destroyed, so I still had a spot next to my raw fish maker. Ah, what the adventure of it all. I complain, I bemoan. I shake my fist at the sky and the sea and any little patch of ice and snow that I can apparently find on the ground. But I have to admit, I love the challenge. The lantern. A village full of lanterns would create a spectacle that could be seen from afar. However, we did not really like all the attention. And that's a handyman's job. Got it. You need oil from the fish in order to get that. And you could also have a large lantern. And look at that, to get a large lantern, you need to have copper ore. Boy, this is gonna be a bit of a party, isn't it? Okay, back to researching stone gathering? Yes, yes, my voice kind of just yeeted itself up into the stratosphere because, I mean, to get tools, we need stone workbench. To get larger buoy, we need stone. So somehow here we are. We're not going to be able to do absolutely phooey about either the cataclysm event or the unknown cold event. We're almost done building that oil extractor, and yeah, it would be great to extract. I mean, it would be great to extract oil if we're just gonna have to like eat the cost of the cold now, I guess. But it would also be great if we could take just a moment to maybe what more? What more do we need? Let's see. We could put a stone gatherer down here once we can research it. Should we build the lantern now? +1 if it's within 1 of a raw fish maker. So if we get a buoy, the freaking teeny tiny buoys, even right here, maybe. Buoy, fish. Ah! Wow, yeah, if we get a buoy right here, that will connect to this area. Right here will give us more room to this side. Okay, let's do this one so we get the fan, I guess, back in range. Oh, it hurts to have to put down so many buoys. But until we can gather stones, like, I mean, what else are we gonna do? And then we don't need more wood for just this exact painful second. So let's put a little more, that's right, a little more strong brain power behind trying to get this stone gatherer for the love of everything. And I guess I actually need somebody to do some of the fishing soon, now that I think of it. Because if we're gonna go ahead and process some of the raw fish, I'm gonna need some of them for food anyway, so never mind. We're still just going at the rate of 2 thoughts per day on this whole stone gathering thing as well. We're going to sharpen our intellect against the difficulty of these days. And should one of our villages... Oh my gosh, you're kidding. I need to have a tool for that. I didn't notice that. I did not notice that. Okay. Okay. Well, we have to have a fisher process the fish. To have a fisher, you need tools. Good thing we're working on stone gathering. Isn't that right, friends? But we are learning. Each painful step of the way. Do not fight, you two, please. I beg of thee. Okay, what's this? How? "20 days? Twenty days. Injured pips. Injured pips is a high tier. It's not bleeding, I don't think. It's injury. And that means that's different than bleeding, because you cure bleeding differently than injury. Oh my goodness. Okay, pretty sure at least. Okay, yeah, injured, cured at the dock house. We don't have the dock house. I'm not saying I would throw them overboard. if I had the ability to, so that we could prioritize living. But maybe I'm saying that we suddenly can they be figureheads then? Is that what we're gonna have to consider them? Two hungry mouthed disease building figureheads. Not my wood. Two buildings are crumbling from the cataclysm event. Not my good wood collector, please. I can sacrifice that house, actually. Truly don't mind, but not this wood collector. I beg of thee. We actually really need that. And now we have a new little pipling running about, who we actually really, really need to be able to go ahead and grow up to help us with all of this that we find ourselves in. And I wish we could sacrifice a little bit of time to keeping the health up, because now we kind of have to have two people dedicated to these remedy rugs, or at least one person dedicated to a remedy rug, to balance out our two hungry, injured mouths to feed. But maybe even with these challenges and struggles, we have extra planks and we can patch up these, please, patch up these leaks. Oh dear. Okay. Boy, this is excellent for really forcing you to polish your optimism to the nth degree, isn't it? Here, why don't you wreck this house? Rain, sleet, snow terror thing. Wreck this house, okay? 20%. Ha 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 ha, anew. 20% daily chance for any field to get 1 damage. As though we have time to actually have farm fields. Silly thing. Oh, Captain. Can you literally not wait just 1 day? A doom event. Captain. Ow. Ow, Captain. Okay. Once again, trying to think about this. Do I just gather a bunch of berries? It's early in autumn. Okay, let me think. That house can go. I don't mind. It's gonna collapse. That's fine. We have lots and lots of other houses that we can tend to. Now, stone gathering. Let's do it. I need more wood for stone gathering. Can I risk? Nope, can't take anybody off of not cooking. Little new baby hasn't been given a name yet. Thinker. We might have to, no, large buoy. Or stone workbench, actually. Large buoy. Let's get the large buoy researched, I think. Or the Fisher hut. Let's get the Fisher hut researched. That's not going to help us unless we have the tool maker, though. So stone workbench it is. Okay. Okay. Let's grit our teeth. It's not easy. It's not comfortable. But it's what we've got. The Doom event is not level 7 yet, so that doesn't mean the whole village is certain to die. Are you going to discover something useful, my dear? Because if you have a Eureka idea? Even 3 knowledge? Thank you so much. I will take it. Did you go and spend time with the cows? I will take 3. Okay, buy house. Like, that's fine. That actually helped out a lot. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but 3 more knowledge? That's a big deal. Also, now I have to go ahead and spend time getting raw fish because we got to stay ahead on that food. Should I do the stone workbench? Or... Okay. Let's go ahead and... Meepo's gonna grow up in a couple days. If you reach adulthood, we will grant you an actual name. I need to have somebody spending even just a little bit of time, like 1 day dedicated to blasting back on the sickness that's piling up because of the injury, or we're gonna have another reckoning. You see? We have learned from the intensity of the tragedy of some of our previous villages. All right, 1 more day. If you can make it to adulthood, little one, I shall bequeath upon you a name of glory. Or perhaps a doomed name. Maybe the whole point now of our patron list is not only to say thank you to the many amazing patrons who make these adventures possible, but also to say perhaps this is a story of redemption. Oh, fishies. Thank you. That does make me feel a little bit better. Animals spreading. I could use more fish. There's more fish over here too. I'm totally happy with that. I will take more fish. What a lovely event. I appreciate that. Thank you. And now we do indeed have a new itty bitty among us who might be able to help survive the oncoming doom. And I am actually beginning to think perhaps the whole point of our patrons' names are not to provide luck to the village, but to redeem whatever bad luck and karma they have clearly piled up in the past that has led Raging Riptide. I'm gonna have Raging and then Riptide because what a perfect name for like being here. Where'd you go? Oh, you're down here, that's right. Raging Riptide. Perhaps this is not a story of how you are bringing luck to our village, but how our village will offset whatever horrible doom you may have brought upon your own head somehow with bad luck, and we're taking all your bad luck for you and apparently sacrificing pips to it. I feel so bad for these little ones. But sometimes the bad events that happen are lucky in their own way. Like the fact we didn't care if that house got destroyed and at least a few more things didn't burn down over here. And let's see. Now we're going to gather more fish to get more food, slowly working on the stone workbench so that we can get a couple stone. Woo! What an adventure, right? Once we have 2 stone, maybe 3 stone, because we need to turn the stone into a tool. Maybe I'll pivot, but actually, should I actually spend a moment? Like, there's probably no point in the illness part right now. Okay. And I probably should leave somebody on rock collecting duty. I think we're gonna focus on getting a fisher for food and theoretical warmth next. Do we have enough food? Nope, not enough food to make it without somebody going hungry. So that being said, Raging Riptide, maybe I'll have you run up and help out with thinking for a day, because that will get us at least a little bit closer. Oof. Trying to decide where to send all of our piplings feels like, well, it doesn't feel good. I'm gonna be honest with you. But all we can do is whatever we can scrape together out of the barest fish bones of hope. I think we're down to the fish bones of hope. Will it make us like a good stew at least? A good food? Okay. We need somebody gathering raw fish. We need somebody maybe helping out with the whole thinking thing, or actually getting rocks. Because we're 2 days away from the stone workbench. which means that we are hopefully just 2 days away from building it. Oh boy. And then we'll have to train a tool maker on top of that. Maybe I should be gathering berries instead to like get ahead, because if we spend a couple days gathering berries, then we can get ahead on that, but it would just be for a day. All right, boy, you know what? Let's see what happens with this stew. And then we will have a little bit more of an idea of where to go from here. But I think that frostbite may have frostbit whatever luck was on our side. You can't grow lucky clovers in like a snap cold freeze after all. So really, like, we shouldn't be terribly surprised. Boy, are we gonna go hungry? Okay, thankfully we have enough of everything not to go hungry for just a minute. We're gonna run over here and collect some wood. We'll have just enough wood next time to build the stone workbench if we can. Oh my goodness. We're gathering up some fish. If we can get a fisher, a trained fisher, so much will change. Because then we could really start piling on some food. And if we can get food, we can add more piplings to the many random assorted... Well, never mind. Never mind. There were many random assorted fisher huts. Some of them have burned down. Others have been destroyed. Now we at least know the fine art of making pointy sticks pointier. And we have a stone workshop, which is actually the first time we've ever had that. Making tools out of stone in addition to wood turned out to be a good idea, as long as you remembered that the stone was for the head and not the handle. Excellent. Maybe we could just go ahead, basic tools in 2 days, or basic tool with 3 stones. I see. Gathering more stones would be awesome, wouldn't it? Okay. And now we're gonna put some oomph behind the fisher, because more fish would be wonderful. Okay, let's think this through. We need food so we don't starve. We have enough stone to build. Oh, okay. Okay, requires stone maker within 1. We do not have enough wood. Do we have enough wood now? Yes. But do we have enough survival luck to get through whatever's about to happen now? Let's go ahead and find out. Another doom event. It's cold again. Is it going to be all the fields are frosty again? Before we have a tool maker? I think I'm going to lie down after this. And just really wonder, is it me? Oh, look at that. All the fields are covered in snow. We're getting less fish now, until we clear that away. And less berries. But the ship is not sunk yet. Ah! And yes, apocalypse, indeed. Look, don't get your apocalypse. Oh man, sickness and fear, and then a cold again. It's like it knows that we're very, very weak to the cold. Oh my gosh. Okay. And you're gonna throw an unknown event of doom and sickness at us too? Oh, that's just not fair. Whatever. Like, take your doom and sickness, you know what to do with it, good grief. All right, friends. Phooey. That's what I have to say to that, is like, phooey. Nothing can be produced because of the snow. We gotta put down an emergency plank. Hold up. Okay. Nothing can be produced because of the snow. Can that building still work? I'm gonna have a moment if the tool making building can't still work. Ominous silence. Let me see. I kind of feel like I'm watching like a naughty puppy or something. Like, okay, give tool. Is something going down? Pips, are you gonna discover some tools in the woods? Are there tools down the well? Please. Good things? Are we making friends? Anything good? You have a lot of great help. Okay. You know, I'll take somebody trying to crack jokes at this stage. I will. That's alright. That's alright. There we go. Somebody, in fact, a raging riptide gained the funny quirk. I'll take it. Somebody in this poor village needs hope after all. Don't you dare. Oh my gosh, I thought Captain was... I'm out of here before Captain comes back for us, guys. This is ridiculous. Absolutely. Okay, and look at that. We can't even make tools because the tool maker would happen to be on a spot that is snowy now. How do you clear snow? Tools. And then the research to clear snow. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.